So today I'm going to be talking about brainstorming as a writing process. It was really interesting to be looking into these things and kind of realizing how many of these things that people do without even realizing that they have a specific technique or a title to them. So um, four of the ones that I thought were the most interesting was free writing, concept mapping, starbursting, and word association. So, kind of getting into it, free writing was one of my favorites that I learned last year in first semester in my English 200 class. We were just talking about brainstorming, and free writing is probably one of the most fun ones, I would say. Basically, how it goes is that you're setting a time limit for yourself or like a word count goal, and you kind of just go at it. You just start that timer and start writing everything that you can think of, and it doesn't have to be sensical. It can kind of just be whatever, and um, then like once you reach that limit or that word count, then you can go back in and start like revising and picking and choosing what you think might actually go somewhere. You can filter out those interesting ones and kind of just go from there. And you can repeat this process over and over again until you feel like you actually have something to go off of. And it's a really good way to just get all your ideas out on the page. Concept mapping is the second one. So this one you can also be using in teaching. We're actually talking about this in my TED 250 class this semester. So how this one works is that you have your main concept that you're thinking about, and you kind of just start branching off things that you already know for sure as facts, and you just continue to branch off and go down the line of kind of just thinking outside the box and adding in different references and other ideas that you have along with it. And you can also put in some examples or outside connections that you think would be relating. And so I have my own little example here of brainstorming. It starts with the broad subject and then goes down into subjects that you could be using brainstorming for, and also the techniques that you can have with it. So with subjects, like you can use it for writing or you can use it for science. And then I just go down another one into like brainstorming for experiments. And then for techniques, like we have the concept map, free writing, and then just breaking it down from there. Then the next one we have is starbursting. So it's pretty similar to the concept map. You start with a broad topic, you start branching out, but it's more specific with the WH questions of who, what, why, where, when, how, and you're just expanding from there. So I have another example with brainstorming here. So we start with the who, and it's like, who are you brainstorming for? Yourself. And what is like organizer, idea, generator. When it's usually before writing. Why you do it, getting your thoughts in order, and like how do you do it through different techniques. Then the next one, word association. So this one's a little bit different. It's another one where you're setting a limit or a goal of how far you want to be going, but then you kind of also just going at it and just writing down all these things that are coming into your mind, but it's more so of a list. So just coming up with different words that relate to each other, and then you keep repeating this process and breaking it down of like different words that relate to each other. So you start off with brainstorming, you go down to techniques, lists, getting more specific as you go, and relating each one back to the one ahead of it. And yeah, just expanding from there. So I also have some testimonials, you could say, of people that I talk to of what they usually do for brainstorming. And a lot of these are really similar to the techniques that I was just talking about, and how they probably don't even realize that they are. But so yeah, a lot of just writing down your thoughts and anything that comes to mind, kind of just random ideas, and then going back and specifying what you want to be going with. And yeah, making lists, thinking about it while you fall asleep is another one too. And something really important to remember with these things is just like, don't be censoring yourself, kind of just go at it and letting every thought out, whatever comes to mind, because anything is valuable, even if it seems really silly at the time. And don't be editing right away. Like, again, just be writing it out and just keep going. So yeah, brainstorming is a really, really cool way to kind of just get everything out before you actually start writing, and it really helps.